Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, how are we doing today? How are we doing today? Hopefully we're doing well. We're going to cover a couple of people. I had a big I'm going to probably cover the DNC to some extent, because they keep doing the whole celebrity thing. You know, I tried to watch of the replay of the first day of the DNC, and I was watching it on like double time just to see them get through it. I can't, I didn't get through it, Miss Jamisha. I ain't even get through it. I'm gonna try though, because if you're gonna cover something, you have to at least familiarize yourself with what you're about to say about it. But I'm not gonna go into that. What I wanted to talk about, you have a hard time. I'm having a hard time with it. I think the hardest time I had was the inability to go 2 seconds without trying to talk about what Trump did or didn't do. And I know that at some point you're going to bring it up because he is the rival candidate, right? So you're not going to be able to have a Democratic National Convention and don't mention the Republican candidate. So I'm not looking for that. But I think I have a problem. And this works for Trump too, because he isn't able to go through any of his speeches without some miscellaneous throw out against Kamala and her whole crew and her lack of policies and things of that nature. So it's like the mudslinging, it's a little much. There has always been political mudslinging, so that's not new. But that seems to be the only thing that's going on, is the mudslinging between the two. And it ranges from petty to they might have a point. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't like the harping on just the mudslinging. Talk about what you gonna do. And that go for both of them. Talk about what you gonna do. I don't want to hear about what the other person don't do. Anyway, thank you, Sister Beshua. Said good afternoon. So I'm out in the garden, but listening. Ooh, a good garden thing. I ain't gonna talk about my lack of a green thumb. Thank you, Steve. Said what it is, good sis and peeps. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So, okay. I wanted to kind of talk about a couple of different people as an example of not being able to do better than your baby daddy. You know, when Kevin Samuels was doing his thing, when he was here and he was doing his show, a lot of females had a lot of problems with him. And one of the problems that they had with some of the things that he was saying was that anytime one of those ladies would call him and they would have an in-depth conversation about why a relationship didn't work, but they had children with the guy and things of that nature. Usually, not all the time, but usually he would talk about you need to go back to the father of your children and like make your family work. And a lot of times it was a lot of pushback for that. Like, I'm not going back to him and, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. And in some cases, you know, maybe you shouldn't go back or whatever. Maybe the relationship really was unworkable between you two. So there is that. But his overall point of saying that as often as he said it was because typically when they discussed why they weren't with their baby daddies, it usually wasn't that deep. You know, everybody had, oh, well, he was abusive, he was this, it was that. And when he started peeling back the layers, you realize that there wasn't many of those times really any abuse happening and things of that nature. And what it revealed over time, over the course of time, over the course of many conversations, what it revealed was that these women were not going to do better in terms of finding a better value or better quality of a man than the one that they decided to have a child or children with. Especially if you have more than one child with this man. And a lot of women missed the implication of what he was saying to them. And I don't know why they were missing it, because the reality was playing out in their faces. Whether it had been only a year, 5 years, 10 years hence since whatever relationship they had with the child, with the father of their children had dissolved, they still had not found a man of equal or better than that man. No matter what condition they say that man was in, or who that man was, or what value he had or didn't have, they typically were not able to find men who were equal to him or better than him. And I've got some examples of that. The first example that I want to bring up is Miss Kiki Palmer. Okay. Here you have a very recent picture. Thank you so much. NS said, keep up the great work, sis. Most High bless you always. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so very much for your generous contribution. So here we have a very recent picture. I'll blow it up a little bit more, of Kiki Palmer out with the father of her child. Okay. Okay. This is the man. Let me remind you. This is the man that she claimed had beaten her repeatedly. She released screenshots or still shots of a supposed video. The video never came to light. That he was supposedly beating her and dragging her across the couch and, all these sorts of things. She had gone so far as to get a temporary restraining order. They had gone so far as to leak certain conversations, text conversations that they had. And all of that, if you remember, was sprang from him making a comment on social media in regards to her and the way in which she was dressed and presented herself at an Usher concert. Remember when she had that see-through dress on and blah, 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 blah. And because she did not like what he said, the first thing that she did was allow the hyenas of social media to drag him. And then she jumped on that bandwagon and she began to, take little subtle shots. And because all of the hyenas were saying the stuff that she wanted to say, but she didn't directly do it. So, she used the hyena clan by proxy to talk about him. Then let's not forget, she went on to make a duet song with Usher in which she referenced her child's father in a derogatory way. She poked fun at his original message towards her about her being a mom and things of that nature. And she had like little TikToks and things of that nature where she was kind of poking fun at him, and she was, doing all of these things to make him look like a fool. She had basically dragged that man through social media, through the social media streets, because she finally was pretty in her own mind. The baby weight made her thick in all the right places, so therefore she was feeling herself. So therefore she, decided to put him on Front Street and damage his reputation. Had people talking about how like he was a deadbeat because she made more money than him and all of these sorts of things. Had it was just a ongoing weeks of foolishness and dragging that man's name. He was trying to defend himself in the social media posts and things of that nature by saying actually she's the one that likes to be put her hands on people and things of that nature. So only to have the hyena clan come for him. The hyena clan now hates this guy. He was a meme and all of this sort of thing. Only for her to later on, when everything died down, when she realized Usher didn't want her, Usher is just, listen, let me tell you something. People were trying to say Usher was doing something wrong. That is his shtick when he is doing the Las Vegas shows and when he's doing certain shows. He's going to go into the audience and he's going to pick a girl and he's going to sing to her and be sensual with her and things of that nature. Okay, whether he knows the lady, he know Kiki, so it doesn't matter if he know you personally or not, if you're a fellow celebrity or not. That's his thing. He's putting on a show. That's what Usher's doing. Okay, I doubt very highly that he is turned on or necessarily trying to get at any of these chicks, which I thoroughly believe he tapped Kiki, but that's neither here nor there. But in any case, I don't think Usher's stuck on that. You know what I'm saying? He's an older guy. Usher been in the industry for a while. I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, after you done had thousands of women throwing themselves at you, that kind of gets old. So it's not as exciting as it was like maybe when he was in his 20s and things of that nature. So I'm saying that to say Usher's putting on a show, right? And it probably doesn't go much further than that for him. Now the women are swooning, but that's what he does. That's the whole point. Some women, you know, allow themselves to be sung to and things of that nature, and some don't. Like Winnie Harlow, that model, she was with her man and she didn't allow Usher to sing to her and, you know, dance with her and all this other type of stuff, right? So what Kiki realized was that even beyond all the hype from the sisterhood, telling her she looked good and she didn't need that guy and, you know what I'm saying, she could do better than him, what she realized was that she could not, in fact, do better than her baby daddy. This is why That's why. This is why we have a picture of them now together. Because no matter what kind of baby weight she put on, no matter what kind of project she tries to do, no matter what kind of, she can't find better than that man. And I'm gonna tell you another reason why she can't do better than that man, because whatever level that she claimed he on, she right on that level or below him. Second of all, no man that actually is of a better status or maybe even a better quality of man would dare touch Kiki because of what she did to that guy. This is the man that you laid down with and had a baby with. And this is how you do him unprovoked. Unprovoked, you drag this man. So what other man with any sense is gonna touch you in any serious kind of way? No, you can't be taken seriously now. Not to mention, Kiki had an opportunity to get better men prior to becoming a baby mama to that one. I remember a clip where she was talking to Steve Harvey and his veneers. They was interviewing her. Him and his veneers was interviewing her. And he was trying to tell her, why come you can't lock down these millionaire, billionaire men that I'm sending at you? You young, you pretty, you talented, you know what I'm saying? You this, you that. Why can't you lock down one of these men? And there was no intelligent answer behind that, right? She couldn't really answer the question. Right? Because she's the problem. That's why. She's the problem. And she didn't want to say, I'm the problem because I'm going on these dates and I'm unable to procure any of these men that the hyena clan are telling her that she's worthy for. She's not worthy for those guys. She's worthy for the man that thought enough of her to lay with her long enough to have a baby. That is who she is worthy of. That's who she's worthy. You don't get better than your baby daddy. I'm sorry. It's very rare for a woman to have a baby by a guy and then she actually get better to get a better man. Because to get a better man, listen, let me tell you something. To get a better man, you have to become a better woman. So you can't be the same kind of woman that attracted that man in the first place. The amount of work that you would have to do in order to become a different kind of woman, a higher echelon of woman, in order to attract a higher echelon of man, you actually got to do that work in order to do that, in order to be that, so that you can attract that guy. And the only way that really, really works is if you were real young, like you was a teen mom or something, and so therefore you had a lot of growing to do anyways. But that is rare. That's rare. That's not super common because a lot of women don't take the accountability to do that level of work that they are gonna have to do in order to become this very different person and this very different woman in order to attract this very different man, okay, that she has to attract. And even when she does that, and let's say she becomes a better quality of woman, she's still a little bit of a setback because she has a child. But sometimes a man will overlook that and say, no, she's actually a quality woman, so I'll take the chance. And but those are the exceptions to the rule. Those are the exceptions to the rule. Okay. And the Hyena Clan is like mad at Kiki about this. They don't like this. If you look at the comments, so this is why you stay out of baby mama, baby daddy business. But y'all didn't stay out of the business. She put y'all in the group chat. And this one telling the truth, say y'all talking about co-parenting, but I know a hunching couple when I see one. If you think for a second she's not in the bed tooting it up with this guy. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to a lesser known female. Kash Doll is like a struggle rapper, right? This is her. Kash Doll like a struggle rapper. It's not super important that she's a struggle rapper, but it is what it is, right? So the reason I got Kash Doll up here is because recently Kash Doll came online to tell the whole world that she didn't need a man after she broke up with her baby daddy, right? Okay. But not long after she got to social media talking about how she didn't need her baby daddy and she don't need no man and and all that foolishness that they like to say, her house was burglarized. Okay. When her home was burglarized with it was like 3 armed men came to her home, broke into her home. The first person she called was not the police, it was her baby daddy. The first person this chick called was not the police. She called her children's father. Now, mind you, she was not home at the time. Neither were the children. So no person was actually in danger at that moment. Okay. So the fact that she sent her baby daddy over there and he went, I don't know why he did that. To me, it's almost smelling like a setup. Cause why would you call your baby daddy to go confront not one, not two, but 3 armed men? Before you call the police. So sound like to me, she was trying to set him up. And he went over there. A shootout occurred, mind you. Now, this ain't the first time Kash Doll been robbed, by the way. Somebody about a couple of years ago or something like a year or two ago robbed her of all her jewelry. And so this one got a lot of foolishness. And I don't keep up with her, but this one got, every time I hear about her, it's some foolishness. It ain't never nothing good. I can't tell you one song that she do, but every time I hear about her, she got some foolishness going on. Now, she look like she do fraud. She look like she do fraud. It's probably all a scam. I don't put nothing past nobody these days. But the reason why she's included in this conversation is because, ma'am, you're not gonna do no better than your baby daddy. If there was a man better than your child's father, you'd have been with it. If you could have got a man better than your child's father, you'd have been with it. When women can do better in the men department, they don't never circle back. If a woman can do better, genuinely better in the find a man department, she do not spin that block. She do not spin that block. Ain't no need. What she gonna spin the block for? Spin the block to do what? Spin the block to get what? Nothing to get. You already procure a man that was of higher value, of better quality, or whatever you want to say. So there's no reason to go back. That's how you know your hypergamy worked properly. If you constantly circling back around, your hypergamy is for crap. And the streets don't want you. The streets keep throwing you back. Tia Mowry ain't gonna find nobody better than her, than the father of her children. I'm not gonna dishonor him by calling him a baby daddy, because they was at least married. So she's not gonna do better than Corey. Tia Mowry is never gonna do better than Corey. I don't care what man she end up with. Even if she end up with a man with more money, he won't be as good of a man, and she won't like him as much. Even if she end up with a man that make a higher dollar amount, she ain't gonna like him as much as she like Corey. She not. And she not gonna find no man better than him. She not. She gonna be settling like a big dog. She gonna be settling like a big dog. Shouldn't have never left your husband. Now she mad because Corby done came out, made that movie, that Tyler Perry movie with Megan Good, and he's doing his little press runs and stuff like that he was doing, and chicks is all on him because Corey is cute. And he looked like he got sense. we're gonna take a commercial break, and I saved the best one for last. But after these messages, we'll be right back, because I need everybody within the sound of my voice to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat, because we are in the last stretches of summertime, where we've got all of our beautiful skin out and showing and glowing. So if you want your skin to continue to glow, whether you're wearing your sundresses or not, then you need to go to ashkicking.com. This is some of the best body butter and product that I've used, because it absorbs into the skin really quickly. It doesn't leave any tackiness and greasiness. Like, that heaviness is not there. And anybody who's purchased Ash Kicking before can verify that in the comment section, how wonderful this product actually is. And if this is going to be your first purchase, then you need to take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, that link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. I don't know how many likes I need, but I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button for me. Okay. Just a simple word before I move on. Kiki's man, Darius, is an idiot. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Whatever Kiki do to him, however she mistreats him, because she's gonna mistreat him again publicly. I don't want to hear no belly aching about Kiki and how wrong she is and how much of a victim Darius is, because you can co-parent without getting back with that chick. That woman embarrassed you. That woman dragged you. She did not defend you. She sacrificed you to the hyena clan to eat and feast on publicly. Okay? She did everything that she could to dishonor you as a man. She did everything that she could to disrespect you as a man. She did everything that she could to dishonor and disrespect your position as the father of her child. She did everything that she could to dishonor and disrespect your name and reputation. She did everything that she could. Okay? When somebody show you who they are, you have to believe them. Now, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So now we took up for you, Darius, first time. Not gonna take up for you again. Okay? You done gone back to this hyena, and she gonna do to you worse. She gonna do worse. The next time she do something, the next time you say something that she don't like, do something she don't like, she's going to do worse than what she did the first time. Okay? So anything that she do regarding that child, anytime if she slap child support on you or keeps you from, because she has started trying to keep the baby away, she has started that mess already. She has started that mess up real quick after. She's gonna do it. Okay? Her hyena mama gonna back up and help her. Okay? He's a fool. He's a fool to go back to a woman that he claimed was abusive towards him. Okay. The other thing, the other thing as well, Kash Doll's father of her children was a fool to run over to that house with 3 armed men in it and nobody else. His children wasn't in there. So it wasn't like he was ready to go lay his life down to protect his children. That's not what happened. Stop being crash dummies for these chicks. Because, see, you're only a victim the first time. The second time, you volunteer. Now, the females have their accountability for putting men in certain positions, but the men, y'all is grown now. Y'all is not little kids. You gotta think. Don't allow these chicks to put a battery in your back and then now here you go. You got to take some accountability for the foolishness now, because you be involved with it. Now, this one. This one here. Miss Tamar Braxton. And I've covered her before, but she gets thrown into this conversation as well because she's never going to do any better than her ex-husband, Vince Herbert. She is not going to ever do any better than Vince. Vince was the prime. He was the top of the heap that Miss Tamar was ever gonna get. Now look at who she married to. Trying to be Mrs. Cartwright. This is Mrs. McGillicuddy right here. Because he's not a Cartwright. He a McGillicuddy. He the third cousin, twice removed and all that foolishness. This is not even a Mr. Cartwright right here. And she's struggling and straining, trying to stay in a relationship with this man that is a pookie baby daddy all along. Okay? This man got about 4-5 baby mamas. Okay? And all that she doing is keeping up her best. This is struggle love like a big dog. She is doing her level best to keep up with this white man and to keep step with this white man. That he ain't about nothing. This man ain't about nothing. This man is not about anything. Huh? They keep breaking up to make up and break up to make up. That's how you know it's struggle love. That's how you know it's chaotic. Because it's crazy. All right. Over the weekend, single reveal she's once again single following her recent breakup with her on again, off again partner Jeremy Robinson. The separation seems to prompted a deeper reflection on her life as she shared additional tweets expressing she's experiencing a more challenging situation than many realize. JR means the world to me. Thank God for him. My husband and my children have saved my life, but I'm so mad at my life. My family is toxic. I should have never gone back to Braxton Family Values. That's a reality show. Never. She further elaborated saying, y'all, I'm going through it. I'm single and sad. This TV stuff is a lot. Y'all have no idea, none. The gaslighting is crazy. I'm going back into treatment. Oh my God. I just pray my marriage can be saved and my life can be spared. My family is awful. Her family is awful. Her family, not her. These are the tweets in reference. And she's no longer, quote unquote, on social media at the moment. I didn't hear a single shred of accountability. My family. If anybody ever used to watch Braxton Family Values back years ago when it first came out, because I did. Tamar, okay, first of all, it's a family of hyenas anyway. They mother Evelyn, unfortunately, is a old school, she a old school matriarch. Yeah. Whole family of girls. I think they got one brother. Okay. And Tamar was always the toxic one. You know, they all got their ways, right? If you watch it, they all kind of had their ways. So you could see the foolishness kind of in all of them. You could see why the only ones that could stay married was the sister that passed away, Tracy. Tracy could stay married. Tracy and her husband seemed like they had a decent, their relationship was okay. You could kind of see why Tony never, like Tony should be married now and she's not, right? Back when Vince got with Tamar, you knew that wasn't going to work because Vince is a lion and Tamar's not. Tamar's not a lioness, right? So you could see kind of the foolishness in all of it, right? And the other one, Tawanda, or is it Tawana? She bossed that poor man around. She masculine with that man. That man. I don't know what kind of situation that always blew my mind. Like, just so this is how you talk to your husband, and then didn't they get like when they separated? Anyway, it's neither here nor there. But my point is that Tamar in this little section here, this little snippet here, is not taking any accountability for her level of toxicity. She's definitely one of them you can't check me kind of chicks. She never took constructive criticism well, no matter who it came from. And everything was an argument for her. The reason Tamar and Vince did not work is, like I said, Vince is a lion and Tamar is not a lioness. So anytime you get those two together, a lion is going to establish things. He's going to have boundaries. He's going to have standards. And he's going to have system, order, and structure in his home, in his life, in his personal life, in his work life, things of that nature. And everybody that is around him and that is within his life is going to have to abide in some way to these boundaries in order to have access to him, whatever that access is, whether that's professional access, whether that's personal access, whether that's romantic access, whether that's friendship access, whatever the access level is going to be, you're going to have to honor his boundaries. This is how any, especially high level lions, that's how they work. Okay, that's how they operate. Okay. She couldn't take that. So her being hooked up with Vince was the working of her sister Tony, who set them up. When you allow Tamar to just roam freely and attract the man that's on her level, this is how you get him. This JR guy. Because that's her actual level. Her actual level is this guy. She'll never do better than Vince. She's not even going to come close. She's not even going to come close to Vince. This guy is such a far cry from Vince. It's not funny. See, eventually water will seek its own level. And this is her level. This is her level. Right here. The dysfunction, the foolishness. He's already like a 4 or 5 time baby daddy. This is her level. This is right in her wheelhouse, right here. That's what this is. And she's going to do anything she can to maintain a relationship with this man, just to say that she's still with this man. She's paying the divestiture tax. She's gonna be upholding this guy and bending over backwards in the relationship just to say that they're still together and things of that nature. Those are the real pick-me's. Those are the real pick-me's there. Because she's down bad with this guy here. And he's not even attractive. I mean, look at this guy. Look at his hair. Just his hair alone. It tell me a story. And then he got that big old chain, stupid chain around his neck. JR. How ignorant is this? I wouldn't even be with nobody with no ignorant chain on like that. You get out of here. I'm not taking no picture with you with that. Why do you have that chain? Why is it so big? Boy, if you don't get out of my face with that chain. If you don't get out of my face. Don't you ever come over here try to take a picture with me. Walk. I'm supposed to walk out in public with you with a chain big as one of Flavor Flav watches. That's how ignorant he is. And she's sitting right with him trying to look sexy, girl. when you could have been in a dignified position with Vince. Vince would have had you with some dignity. Vince would have had you with some dignity. You would have been able to sit somewhere with some pride. You sitting there with that chain, sitting there with that June bug chain on. Remember on I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, and they was over gold. June bug had died of an overgo, and when they looked at the body, he had all them gold chains. That's what you sitting there, June bug. Boy, if you don't get out my face, be a June bug. Don't you sit next to me with no chain that big. Thank you, Your Excellence, and much love, Auntie. Our son was asked by his mother, "What is your name?" With the biggest smile on the 3-year-old face. He said, "Crimsonite." He learned, that's cute. That is the cutest thing ever. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, that's a sweet baby. Thank you so much. Thank you, FBI, for becoming a member, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Thank you so much. I'm doing Arlene. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. The Still Cooking, I see, keep doing a great work. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And thank you so much. 1972, Tony said bread. Thank you as well. And thank you so much. Let's get reactive. So when the black wife effect goes wrong, thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody coming through, kicking it with me for a little while. I might have to cover that DNC, y'all. It hurt me to look at it. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get on out of here. Oh, I always forget. And I don't know why I forget. But y'all are going to have to go to the website. Right? This is crimsoncure.com. All right? Where you go to buy the wonderful Reclaiming the Black Feminine book. You can also go to download some of the charts, which are free. And last but not least, you can go and shop for the women's apparel And you can go and shop for the men's apparel as well. I've got some other stuff on the way, not just t-shirts. Since we're in the dog days of summer, it's actually time to start getting the sweatshirts. I want to do like gym bags and stuff like that, so that everyone can have a little something that appeals to their taste. Hats, just other things as well, not just the t-shirts. So we're going to be expanding the store. Every week I do a new design, and I'm working on some new things as well to add and introduce to the store, so that everybody can have like their choice and it can be a variety. So don't forget to go to crimsoncure.com, check out the store, buy up the store. And thank you for all of you who have been supporting and been purchasing. It's been going well, and I thank you guys, like, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. You can also go, the links are going to be like in the description and in the videos and live streams as well, so you can click directly from my channel and go to crimsoncure.com and browse the store and purchase and make your purchases. So with that being said, once again, I thank you guys for all of your support. Thank you so much, True Lion, for becoming a member, sweetheart.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
So thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.